More than 500 million people use omega-3 supplements. When tested, 97% do not get their desired results. And even worse, they don't know if the products they are using actually work. That's where we come in. Through our disruptive technology, our customers are made aware that they need a real change to get the most out of their life. Our products promote one of the most important building blocks in our cell structure. Without it, your body is compromised. As a partner promoting these products, this becomes your ticket to wealth.
Our mission: we inspire wealth and health for our customers, families, and friends.
Becoming your best is not just about talent and fancy gears.
Our vision: inspire change by being the most customer-friendly direct sales company in the world.
You become the best through your attitude, your hunger, and your actions. In 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐬𝐬, we are not afraid to go all out, leading the future to a better place for everyone. We realize we don't know everything, but we still act, and we commit to learn from what we do in order to constantly improve.
𝐭𝐬𝐧𝐢𝐬 continuous improvement.
There is strength in numbers. We succeed by working together.
We work together, laugh together, cry together, excel together.
In 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐬𝐬, we encourage personal growth. We recognize the uniqueness in everyone. We believe in giving back. We create inspiration. We innovate. We are the pioneers of test-based, personalized nutrition. We are lifting the field of health and wellness to a whole new individual level and into the future. This is why our goal is big and bold, yet perfectly reasonable. By 2025, we will have 1 million customers in balance. By 2035, we will have 20 million customers. And by 2050, we will have helped 100 million customers to a life in balance. Enjoy the ride.
𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐬𝐬, we inspire change in life.
Hello, hi, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, welcome to Dr. Webinar. I'm Vincent here. All right, before we start, let us do a quick sound check. If you can hear me well, can you type it 111？ 如果你听到我声音的话呢，请按111好吗？111好，感谢大家。Okay, thank you so much. And I'm Vincent here, and I will be your main host and translator for today. All right, thank you for taking your time off to participate in today's session. Today is actually the last day of the month, and I'm sure most of you here today are super busy following up with the customers. I have plenty of meetings today from morning until now as well. All right, okay, thank you for taking your time off. Also, just a gentle reminder, okay, you can actually send a text message to your friend, okay, and prospect, and invite them to the call, okay, so they don't miss out the great information that Dr. Abraham is going to share today about our 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐬𝐬 balance test, okay. And okay, for those who wish to listen to Mandarin, okay, you may tune into the Mandarin session. Okay, how do you do that? You can click on the, if you're using computer, all right, to attend, you can click on the interpretation icon at the bottom of the screen, like a globe. So you can click on Chinese. Okay, if you are joining from the mobile, okay, click on more and then select Mandarin, select Chinese. I will be doing the translation there after the I will be doing the translation after the introduction. Okay, so from our earlier meetings, okay, we have already discussed many times, you know, why is it important to take balanced oil for our diet, and how balanced oil can actually help our body to be in balance and be healthy. And today specifically, Dr. Abraham will discuss with everyone, you know, on our most important tool, which is the balance test. Okay, the test is actually one of the key drivers as to why 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐻 is growing so rapidly worldwide. Okay, over the past months, in fact, I have been speaking to a lot of potential partners, potential customers, and I can tell you that balance test is indeed the deal breaker, whether they will become our business partner or whether they become our consumer. Okay, the balance test report will give your customers a clear indication of their current health status. And of course, this is actually more important as the society gets more educated. Okay, where the science and the facts of the report will become very important. Okay, all right, and of course, until today we have done more than 710,000 tests worldwide, and the number is just like growing every week. And of course, recently 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬 test has also launched a static database where we call it the 𝐭𝐞𝐬𝐭 balance map. Okay, where you can see real-time balance test, first test result and second test result average in your country. Okay, it can be found at 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬test.com. Okay, so when later on, if let's say you have not tried that, you can go to 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬test.com. All right, and then look for the statistic portion, and you can click and try. Okay, and take a look at the average. Okay, for the balance test in your country. It's very interesting, and yeah, I encourage everybody to go there and take a look. And of course, before the end of the session, I will also be sharing with everyone about regarding my balance test result over the past months. All right, so stay tuned until the end of the session. Okay, so by the way, for those who have just know 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐻 and has been invited by a friend, okay, welcome. 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐻 is a test-based nutrition and public listed company based in Sweden, and we are also the world leading company with the largest fatty acid test database. So 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐻 has been serving many satisfied customers in Europe over the past years, and we are now just starting in Asia. We had tremendous success in Europe. Okay, so and with the Asian market, I'm sure it will be even bigger than ever. And of course, before the end of the session, all right, we will also open up the field for some Q&As. Okay, so this is a wonderful opportunity for you to ask Dr. Abraham anything about health and products. Okay, I'm sure over the past week you have encountered plenty of queries from your customers, prospects. So just prepare the question in advance, time into the chat box, and feel free to ask the doctor later. Okay, and let me give everyone a short introduction of Dr. Abraham. Okay, doctor has been in the medical field and has been working in the hospital for more than 40 over years. He's an experienced doctor and has helped plenty of patients back to their health. And even though he's a medical doctor, he truly believes in the holistic approach to keeping our body healthy. And also today, okay, he is also in the scientific advisory board for 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐻 and has been working very closely with the rest of the board members to develop more better and wonderful product for you. All right. So without further ado, let us type in 888 into the chat box and give our warmest applause to welcome Dr. Abraham. Dr. please.
Thank you, Vincent. Thank you, everyone, and a very good evening. Today, let us have a look at something that is not usually discussed. Normally, when you eat any food or any supplement, it gets absorbed into the body and goes through the liver and gets into the blood. Now, what happens after that? As the blood circulates throughout the body, the different parts of the body pick up from the blood what they need. It can be oxygen, it can be water, it can be vitamins, minerals, hormones, proteins, carbohydrates, and fats. Now, the idea of checking whether what you are eating is getting into the body is not new. There were companies in the 1930s, that's about 90 years ago, some companies actually tested out. These tests were very expensive. It was done only a handful of times, organized by the company, and that's it. Such tests were not available to the distributor or the purchaser of the product. Now, then there was a lot of no development for some reason. Now, it is not that the technology didn't catch up. They realized that what gets absorbed into the blood may not be picked up by the body, but comes out in your urine. So what they did, the next generation of tests in the 1940s and 50s and even 60s, they checked the urine for the products that you were taking. And they found a lot of the products actually came out in the urine. And that is why even today, many people say, if you take food supplement, you create only expensive urine. And unfortunately, that is true even today with some of the products that come out into the market. The average buyer has no idea whether he's getting a good bargain, a good product that works. You take the product, you feel better, and that's it. In fact, most nutrition companies have no other way of determining whether the product you took actually works. Okay? Feeling good alone is not enough. After taking a product, if you feel good, there is some indication, but it is not 100% thing. Okay? So what do? We have to go back to the test. Now, fortunately, the technology has come forward so far that we are able to do even better than before. If you check the blood, it is what is circulating in the blood. It doesn't show how much went into the cell. Now we are able to do the test. Rather, check the red blood cell membrane to see how much of what you have taken as food or supplement has actually gone into the cell and has been incorporated in the cell structure. Now, that is the level that we say actually has worked for you, not the one that you find in the blood. Now, 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬 has been working with a private company, a private lab actually, Vitas. Now, this is in the capital city of Norway. It's called Oslo. And they have a science park, which means it's a huge campus where they give places only for research institutions and those who work with them. They also have the universities there. When I say university, mainly biomedical universities. So this lab, which is a private lab and has no connection to 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬, has been doing this test because the person who founded the company, or rather the lab, is the chief scientific officer who has done years of research in the universities regarding this, and now he is offering the services via the lab. They are able to detect not only omega-6, omega-3 in the cell membrane, many other items, vitamin D3, calcium level, hormone levels, and so on. Now, 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬 has an arrangement with them that we offer a test which will be done by them and the results provided to you in confidence. So when you take 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬 balance oil and you want to know whether it is better than other oils, fish oils in the market, all you have to do is do a simple test before you start so you know where you are, and then take this product for 4 months. That will be 120 days, which is the lifespan of the red blood cell. So at the end of it, you are quite sure all the red blood cells have changed to the current status after that 120 days. So when you repeat the test, you will know whether you have benefited from the product or not. As Vincent mentioned earlier, we have had so far 710,000 tests, which are over the last 7 years or so. But the rate at which the growth of this product is being consumed, it is estimated that we might hit 1 million tests by the end of this year. Now, by the way, this number is so large, Vita's lab has now the largest database of this kind of test where you can check the fats in your system. Now, that offers them a lot of information to work with the university and research institutions there to get your test to even more accurate. Why? Because the results that are provided, and you won't get this anywhere, it's not just omega-6 and omega-3. We give you results of 11 different fatty acids, fats, same, in the blood that has been incorporated into your cells. Now, if it is gone into the red blood cell, you can rest assured it has gone into every other cell in the body. And we have more than 200 different types of cells. So the red blood cell, which circulates around the body, is a very good representation of what is going on throughout the body. Now, these results are given to you in confidence, and I want to give you an idea of how the results look like. There are other companies who are just about beginning to offer this kind of test, even in America. Why? It has to become cheap enough so that people can pay for the test and do it. And they are looking at omega-6, omega-3. We are not only looking at more oils, we are also going to give you estimates of how certain cells and tissues are functioning in the body. I'm going to share screen to show you very quickly, and then maybe I can take more questions today. Vincent, can you allow me to share screen with you?
Doctor, you can try. Yeah. Are you able to share now?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now, if you look at the test results, of course, this is the first page with a friendly face, and then you will get this page. Now, you will notice here you get 6, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are values that have been very carefully calculated from an algorithm developed by the universities. Okay. Now, what does it show? The big one that shows your ratio. Now, this particular example is very bad. We should be 3:1. Now, this sample is 37.3:1, quite bad. And you will get 3 colors, red color, yellow, and also green. We'll see that later. Red is bad. Yellow is not so bad, but room for improvement. If you have green, then you are in the right level. Now, you will notice that there's another value that is given, your protection value. This is and it says 0. That means this guy is not protected at all. Not correct. The way to read this is, this gives you the protection value you get from the oils in your system. Please remember, you get protection from your sleep, your nutrition like proteins, vitamins, minerals. Now, omega oils also supply and take part in your immune system. That is what we mean protection value. The contribution by omega oils in this sample is 0. In other words, a good part of it that can improve is missing. So this person needs to really seriously look at it. Now, your omega-3 index. What's the difference between balance and index? Balance should be 3:1. So you get 3 units of omega-6 to 1 unit of omega-3. That gives you the ratio. But how much should we be taking? The recommended serving is 500 milligrams of omega-3, up to some authorities want people to take up to 1000 milligrams. Okay, let us say you are taking 300 milligrams, which is not enough, but your omega-6 is 900. So 900 to 300 will give you an ideal ratio of 3:1. It will not show how much you are getting. Omega index will show that. So this person is not only unbalanced, but also the amount of omega-3 he or she is taking is insufficient. Only 3% of what is supposed to take this person is taking. Same here. When we talk about mental strength, your mental strength depends on many things. Your training, your exposure to the kind of work that you've done, your motivation, your determination, all that. But all that is expressed through your brain. Your brain is a structure that requires nutrition. And one of the most important things is DHA. Now, are you getting enough of that? That is found in our balanced oil. So the contribution to your mental strength is sufficient because you're getting a very low value. Here, this shows cell membrane flexibility. Fluidity is a more of a scientific term. What it means is the flexibility of the cell. Every cell is a globe. Soft, must be flexible, mustn't be too stiff. We've got about 10 trillion cells, so it must accommodate each other. Okay. Now, if the cell membrane does not have enough of omega oils in the right balance, then the cells become older and more stiff. Arachidonic interest. This I'll explain later. Now, when you look at this diagram, some of you might say, well, not very clear. So just to be on the safe side, we have given you a bar diagram so that right away you can see where you are and whether you are in the very bad situation, okay, but not good enough, or in the very good situation, which is green. Okay, so this is the balance. This is the protection value. You can see protection contribution by the omega oils is almost out of range, hardly any. Okay, and the balance is also very bad. This is a bad ratio, but we have seen even worse ones. But I'm happy to say that most of them, because they are so bad and they didn't want to wait for 120 days, they do their tests earlier and they were shocked to find that the improvement was vast. There was one case where omega-6 is 60:1. And within less than 3 months, they hit 3:1. The response can vary from person to person. Okay. So, and further bar diagram. Omega-3 index, your mental strength. The contribution of omega oils to the mental strength is not much. So even though this person is capable of more work, able to handle more stress, he will not be able to do it because he doesn't have the nutritional support of omega oils. Okay, membrane flexibility. Okay, this one again the same thing. Now, arachidonic index, I said, I'll talk to you later. Now, look at this. This is a funny diagram. You got red on both ends. Now, this is a key one. If you have too much, I call it AA. If you have too much A over here, it's bad. If you have too little, it is also bad. So what you need to do is you need to hit within this middle range. Why is this AA a little bit funny or different from the others? We need arachidonic acid to be able for the body to react and have inflammation, because that is the one that gives the body protection. But inflammation is a process that can damage some parts of the body or tissue temporarily while they are fighting against whatever has come into the body. Now, if that fight is too much, this is normal inflammation, here is high inflammation. So if the fight is too strong and too long, it takes too long, then there's damage to the body rather than repair. So here we need this to support repair. We must avoid this to prevent damage. That is why you need to be in the middle. Now, this range of tests is what we call qualitative tests. It doesn't do everything, but it tells you the quality of what you have derived from the product you've taken. Okay, but then some people who are very careful, they want to know actual figures. So that is found in the next value. We give you we are supposed to give you omega-3, but the lab has been kind enough to give us more tests. Omega-6 also, not only omega-6 and omega-3, the different oils in the family of omega-6 and omega-3. And also, okay, let me. And also omega-9 and saturated fat. Okay, so let me start with the saturated fat. Saturated fat is important for your body, but if you take too much, then your cells will start becoming more stiff. What is saturated fat? Mainly animal fat. Do we need animal fat? Yes, but limited amount, not in large amounts every day. Like this person, you see this first column is the target that you should aim for. The second column is what you have. The third one is the difference between these two. Now, the target, if you are more or less by 5% is okay. We don't want you to, it's impossible to hit exactly like what is given there. So everybody varies at different times. There is variation. 5% more, 5% less is okay. But more than that, you have to work on your diet. So if you're saturated fat, and there are two types of saturated fat listed here, if the value is high, then you have to cut down your meat consumption. We also do monounsaturated. This is supposed to be a healthy oil, omega-9. Okay, so here this person seems to have the right value, not very much difference. Now, in balanced oil, we have omega-9 also. Now, most of omega-9 comes from olive oil, which is a healthy oil, but we give you that in the balanced oil because along with it comes a group of antioxidants which are very important for the body to absorb the oils. Okay. Now, sorry, this. Okay, omega-6. What we want is number 1 and number 3. These are the important ones. The number 2 and number 4 are intermediate. Okay, so If these two are in the right levels, then you're okay. Okay. Now, omega-3, the important ones are number 2, number 4. Number 2 can come from here, and number 4 can come from here. Okay. So if you see something funny in this intermediate areas, not worry too much. The important one is number 2 and number 4 here, and here number 1 and number 3. So check values. If omega-6 is very high, in this case it is not very high, but some people can have a lot of difference. Then you need to cut down the oil in your cooking. Okay, when you cut down that, this will come down automatically. Omega-3, unfortunately, even though we are in Southeast Asia and take a lot of seafood, we do not get enough omega-3. Do you know that some of the prawns that you eat in a restaurant could be 1 year old? They are bred in ponds, they are harvested, and they are put in deep freeze. So it still tastes okay, but if you analyze, the omega-3 content is very low, especially prawns, fish that are bred in ponds. Okay, so somehow our food, we don't get it. I see so many results. Not one person has got 3:1. In other words, we need the product. And this is a test that gives you the upper hand. You are there to monitor. Okay, and stop sharing. Okay, so we have a very powerful tool where we don't have to rely maybe not. Last time when I took the product, I used to feel good. Now not so good. You know, you don't have to do that. By the way, what we are recommending in our serving is for normal average people. Those who are very big size, those who are teenagers who are engaged in heavy sports, just like food, you need to take the higher serving. Okay, so it is not only by weight, it is also by activity. No one in the market who markets omega-3 oils in Southeast Asia is offering this test anytime. Now, 𝐮𝐧𝐢𝐧𝐬 is the only one, and I have looked around. It doesn't look like any other company is able to offer this. So please consider it, and I would welcome questions for the few minutes that we have left. Any questions? Vincent, any questions that are written in Mandarin?
Okay, anyone has any questions, feel free to ask Dr. Abraham. You can type into the chat box. Yes. Okay, maybe I can get it.
Those who came earlier would have seen the video on how the blood is. You need just 2 drops. So if you are a little worried that you can't do it yourself, go to your neighborhood pharmacist and they will do it for you. Very simple, actually. You don't have to withdraw any blood, you know. I usually tell those who are worried that the finger, the tip is the most sensitive. So some people feel a lot of pain there. You can take it slightly to the side, prick the side a little bit. I've been taking balance oil for 4 months. Why am I still not in 3:1 balance? Very good question, very reasonable question. Now, why is that? I have a bank deficit of 10,000. someone has a bank account of 0. So both of us take $10,000. That account will show positive 10,000. My account will show 0 because I had a deficit. So if you have been very low in your balance, omega-3 oils, you may take a bit longer. But as long as you see an improvement, you know you're on the right track. Okay. If we take more than required, will we get balance faster? No. There is a rate at which the body can use. Okay. We have to give it at the rate that the body can process and incorporate it into the cell. So on an average, when they have done, they find that below 80 kilos, so much, above 80 kilo body weight, so much. So if you are going to take, our lower serving is 7.5 ml. If you take 8 ml, that is fine. If you take 7 ml, that also is fine because it'll take a little longer. So a little variation is okay. The serving that we recommend is a guideline. Does 𝐻𝐬𝐧𝐬 help epilepsy? No. Epilepsy, or rather 𝐻𝐬𝐧𝐬, is a nutritional product. Okay, it is concentrated, it is good for your health. Now, epilepsy is already a disorder. You must have medical treatment to control it. But when you take 𝐻𝐬𝐧𝐬, your health will improve. In fact, I would say someone with epilepsy, the first preference would be balance oil, and the second one would be 𝐻𝐬𝐧𝐬. Now, when your health improves over a period of time, your condition may improve as monitored by the doctor. Okay. Children can't take vaccine. How much should a young child be taking? Vaccine, okay. Now, a lot of controversy about vaccine. They've already approved vaccine for 12 to 17 years old. We are looking at 7 to 12 years. I suspect they might say can, okay? Now, how early can you take balance oil? In fact, right from the first year. You look at the infant formula that is sold, they already have DHA, which is part of omega-3 there. Why? Because that part is important for brain development. So yes, a young child also can take. Of course, somebody might say how much. So that is the advantage of having a product in liquid form. You don't have to divide the soft gel or tablet. So look at how much the child is eating. If it is 1/4 of your food, then you give 1/4 of the serving of balance oil. Can you repeat what is protection value? Protection value is trying to measure the immune system that is in your body. Okay. As I mentioned earlier, not the full value, because some value comes from good food, good sleep, protein, vitamins, and so on. But there is also a contribution by omega-3. How much of that contribution is compromised is what is given under protection value or immune contribution. The same thing for mental strength. You have the mental capacity, but it must be expressed through your brain. If your brain is not at its best nutritional value, you will not be able to bring out all the talents that you have. Okay. My friend, first test 34-1. After 11th of February.
No, after 1.5 months.
Oh, 1.5 months.
1.5.
Okay. After taking balance second test, wow. Now here is a person whose capacity to use the oil is very good. Not everybody has that, you know. And to come to that level so far and so quickly is excellent. This indicates that his metabolism is good. Only thing is there was no raw material supply. So the factory was ready to work. Raw material, none. Now that I got it, it went full speed so fast. Good, good. Spoken to a number of customers who are in the older age group, 50 and above, and doctors, I noticed many doctors actually prescribe omega-3 to them. Can you explain the rationale? This information is already out in the market. Okay. You know how many studies have been done on omega-3 or omega oils? Published studies. Many people do studies, but the quality is not good. The experiment is not acceptable. They won't publish it. Published studies, more than 22,000. Okay. And there is a group out of United Kingdom, UK, which has members around the world in the medical community. They look at studies and they study the study. It's called meta-analysis. And they have come out and said, yes, omega oils support your health. Okay, that is why doctors are prescribing. Okay, that is the part one. What type of oil you are getting? Let me say, omega-3 oil, any omega-3 oil is good. But if you're looking for the best one right now, that is what we have to offer. That's right, yeah.
Okay, all right. Thank you, doctor. It's about time because today is the last day of the month. So many people are like rushing here and there. But thank you, doctor, for your sharing once again. And I'm sure everybody here has benefited from your tip and advice. Let us give doctor a round of applause. Thank you so much, doctor. And
thank you,
of course, our 𝐭𝐸𝐧𝐢𝐪 oil, as doctor has mentioned, this is definitely the best in the market. Can help to improve your health. So let's start getting healthy again today. Okay, if you like what doctor has shared earlier, but have yet tried taking the balance oil, talk to the person who invite you to the call and do your first test. Okay, we strongly recommend you do your first test so that you know where you stand. Okay, like myself, you may have taken plenty of supplement before. Okay, just like me, I have taken vitamins, minerals, antioxidant for 16 years. Okay, but I didn't take any omega-3. Okay, but when I do my first test, okay, my test result is actually 12.7. Okay, this is my first test. I'm going to show you my first test. All right, and I will show everyone, my progress over the past months. Okay, are you able to see? Okay, this is my test result. This is my first test, and I took it last September. Okay, I took it last September, but I only have the balance oil in about end of December. So, it was 12.7:1. So after 4 months of taking the products, balance oil, okay, for 4 months, this is my second result. Okay, in May, I got my second result, which is, you can see, yes, it has improved 3.4:1. Okay, and then of course, from red it comes yellow. And I actually did another test earlier this month. Okay, because every 4 months I do once. Okay, and I'm happy to say that I am balanced. Okay, 2.5:1, and you can see the improvement from red to orange to become green color. Okay, to become green. So almost perfect. So only left with one cell membrane fluidity, but you can see there's improvement every time from 10.5 to 5.7 to 4.4. Okay, so balance oil has helped me a lot. Okay, and I'm sure you will benefit everyone as well. Okay, so over the past month, I do see that the first time when I took the balance oil, I'm like, wow, this is different from the rest of the balance oil or omega-3 outside. I tried once or twice before. They were in pills, and then they don't taste nice and it's difficult to swallow. But balance oil is so simple to eat. Okay, you just, because it's liquid, and you have this orange flavor, you have script flavor, it's so easy to consume. All right, and no rancid, no fishy smell. I think that's what a lot of people likes. Even young children, young 2 years old, 3 years old, they love taking the balance oil. And about 2 weeks after taking the balance oil, I realized that, hey, yeah, it actually helped me to improve my focus, improve my I don't feel so tired, you know, in the evening, at night. So, and I also around 1 month period, I think I find that, you know, we actually have improved the quality of my sleep. Okay, I don't sleep for too long, maybe 7 hours, 6-7 hours a day. Okay, but you know, I really sleep well over the past over that period. So if let's say you have all this issue, you know, you may try it. Try the thick balance oil, and of course, I think a few months later, I realized that my fingernails has also improved, become more healthy. Okay, so it's become harder, and the color is also much better. So all these things I can actually see it myself. And also I remember, you know, Facebook actually had this memory thing. You know, I think about 8 years ago, I took a photo. The image is like I think I'm traveling, going somewhere, you know, and I realized my skin was looking quite bad at that point of time. Comparing now and then, it has improved. Okay, so I think the skin portion, it has also helped me to it looks better and it's not so down. All right. Okay, so these are personal experience lah. You yourself, let's say you have not taken the balance oil, okay, you should really try it yourself. And of course, if let's say you have you have taken balance oil over the past months, okay, share your stories to your friends, to your prospects. All right, so I'm sure there are plenty of stories out there, and then you can actually tell them, you know, let the customer know, so they know the benefits of taking the products. Okay, and of course, right now we also do have this. It's the best time for you to follow up with the customers. Today, last day, 30th of September. All right, so this campaign is ending soon. Okay, ending in a few hours. So follow up with customers. All right, follow up with the customers. You know, you get them to get the customer's order. All right, and get the free gift. All right, it's like this. All right, when they buy a customer order, all right, they will get a free bottle of serum. This is the serum. Okay, this is the serum. So every customer said there will be one serum. All right, so let's say for example they have 10 customer order, then you have 10 serum. Okay, so we have fantastic feedback about this serum. Okay, so everybody should really try it. Okay, the peptides, the serum can protect, repair, rebuild, also remove wrinkles and pores. Okay, everything you want from skincare can be found in our serum. Okay, all right. So everyone, not only the ladies are loving the serum, but also the gentlemen are loving it as well. Okay, so yes, of course, tomorrow at 8:45 p.m. also it will be our nutritionist turn, okay, to speak to you in Mandarin. Okay, she will be doing a product talk and will be speaking to everyone how to boost your immunity during this pandemic lah. So we urge everybody to send your friend, your prospect, if they are Mandarin speaking, to tune in to the session tomorrow. Okay, so that they will know how balanced oil can help improve their life, and also why everybody should be taking them. We specially design all this product talk for you, so that you can actually invite your customers. All right, so encourage them to join the session. Okay, the webinar is coming to an end today. Okay, thank you for your listening, and also stay safe, stay healthy, and also do your follow-up later. All right, with your customers. Okay, I hope to see you again tomorrow's session. All right, and good night everyone. Bye for now.